Welcome back to Let's Play Regalia of Men and Monarchs. Regalia? I think it's Regalia. Anyway, last time we arrived at Castle Lauren in the Lost Kingdom of Escalia. And, man, some stuff sure did happen. Including fighting rats in the basement. Today, we're heading into the placeholder inn to meet our subjects.
This is the place, young master.
Welcome to the placeholder. Can I get you something?
Hello.
Well met. We would like to speak with the esteemed owner of this fine establishment. Post haste.
You're weird. Mister, why does your friend speak like a weirdo?
Gods, Griffith. You just can't reel it in, can you? I'm sorry. We don't want anything. Thanks. Can we speak with the owner?
Sure. What do you need?
Wait. I think I'm not getting through. The owner, as in the guy who owns this place?
Yep.
And that's you?
Yep.
But you're like, what, 12?
Yep.
All right, Griffith. You win. Lend me a hand here.
You're the owner, then.
Are you guys slow or something?
What about that menacing gentleman behind the counter?
Him? That's my dad. He works here.
And?
And co-owns the place, I guess.
Aha! Thank you. That's what we wanted to hear.
Huh. Weirdos.
Greetings. Are you the owner of this inn? I am Kay of House Lauren. I wanted to inform you that well, the rebuilding, please stop staring at me like that. You're freaking me out. So, weather's nice, yes? Come on, give me something to work with. Pretty... Oh, for the love of...
I won't answer, you know.
What?
Baz never speaks.
What do you mean he never speaks? He can't speak?
Dunno. Haven't ever heard him utter a word.
How does he manage to run a tavern?
That girl over there, Rilka, his daughter. She is his lips for all it's worth.
I noticed he's a little... intense.
Yeah, that's Baz. Staring the crap out of people, one customer at a time.
And you are?
Chichirochi, or just Chichi. I used to fight in the war, and that's where I met Baz.
Which war?
Does it really matter? Well, we're veterans, good sirs. Spending our retirement running an inn, and the ass end of nowhere.
Are you also an owner?
No. Yeah, I like to think of myself as a permanent guest who doesn't pay for his drinks.
So, you're a bum.
Hey, some of us quit the war with dignity. Me, I got a hole in my wallet. Also gonorrhea.
Oh.
I see. I take it that the inn doesn't get many visitors.
Nope. Supposedly, once upon a time, these crossroads were an oft-traveled trade route. That castle over yonder, heart of Escalia, the jewel of Reshitul. Blah, blah, blah. Long gone now, only roaches and rubble.
I'm Kay of House Lauren. Escalia once belonged to my family.
Oh, yeah? Indeed. You're here to fix things a bit, boy?
More or less, yes.
Hear that, Baz? We got a king over here. Business will flow again. Well, that's nice and all, but I'm afraid you'll be having some problems getting people to settle.
How so?
It's because of the beast! They're afraid of the beast! Ah!
What manner of beast are you talking about, young lady?
They say it's got 3 heads, and its eyes are like fire, and it shoots acid out of its rear.
Truth be told, no one knows.
Hmm.
But it's true. Something stalks the woods, cutting animals. People are afraid of it. They say they can feel its eyes on their necks as they travel through the forest. Now, I've heard that even elves steer clear of these parts.
Yet nobody has ever actually seen this beast.
Nope.
Sounds like a myth, no?
Indeed.
Yeah, well, myth or not, it scares people. Besides, you're the top dog around here now, laddie. If anybody should be worried about this, it's you.
Will you be slaying the beast, good sirs?
Indeed we will. If it truly exists, we shall restlessly scour the land until we manage to plant a sword in its squishy yet monstrous forehead.
What?
Oh, it's so exciting! Can you drop by later and tell us how it went? Papa loves stories, right, Papa?
On my honor.
Well then, good luck, laddie. Happy hunting. I'll be raising a mug here, hoping for your, non-demise.
Now, wait a minute.
Thanks, Griffith. Good news, it's not a complete ghost town. Bad news, a terrifying creature known as the Beast draws new people away. Though guided largely by hearsay and rumor, Kay resolves to find and put an end to this beast. Or rather, Griffith does, and Kay gets dragged along. Let's head back into the castle. Don't worry, things open up quite a bit after the Beast quest here. Alright, so let's take a moment to look at our UI. So if we look up here, it's Monk's Day, first of New Bloom, 1093 CC. If we hit tab, you get access to your own character sheets. You can swap equipment around, equip perks, that sort of thing. So yeah, like I said, there's a party level, not individual levels. You can actually unlock different skins as you play the game and acquire ink. So you can see we start with the short sword and pistol weapon, which gives 5% resistance against negative effects. We have no alternatives. We have no perks. You can see that we have no bonus stats except for that 5% negative effects. We can look at our inventory for like all of our equipment stuff. DLC is the cache. You can see our current quests. So we only have our main quest, but you can see we're going to gain 100 XP, the Vitality and Brawler perks, as well as Quick Thinking perk, and the Loud and Clear morph for Kay's command skill. And you can see there were no rewards there. We'll also unlock kingdom quests eventually. We have personal bonds, which are basically social links from Persona. So, for example, with Griffith, as we hang out with him and gain relationship points, we'll unlock skill morphs. With Shichi, we'll gain perks related to fishing, as well as some actual perks for tankiness. Buzz and Lilka will gain more money from all sources, and will actually get more relationship points in general. And of course, we get some perks. If we look at the town menu, you can see a quick look at all the things that can be built and upgraded. We can't do anything right now with that. Diplomacy, we're going to gain reputation with the different factions, which will actually give us access to different characters, perks, and items. I don't know if you can actually gain reputation with everyone. You can see there's Lordamar, the Sun Worshippers, the Shadu, Elfheimer, and the Empire. And you get different characters, which is really cool to me. And then a Codex, you actually get access to all this lore if you really want to go through it. And this is part of why we have such a debt. Or, no, that's Minway? Why do we have the Minway thing? Anyway, yeah, so you can see you get notifications about quests, codec entries, and characters arriving in town. So, click on Venture Forth. It's gonna... You have to gather your party before venturing forth, as you should know. You get 5 party slots to start with. So now we have some vaguely threatening beasts to worry about. Yep. Holy cow, these people are so gullible. Our only party members currently available are Kay and Griffith, so let's just venture forth now that we've gathered our party. You must gather your party. If you must gather your party, you must gather your party. You must gather. This is a general overview of the Expanse. From here, you can journey between dungeons, event spots, and various other relevant points of interest. Traveling between 2 neighboring locations always consumes 1 in-game day. Entering dungeons will reserve a fixed number of days depending on the dungeon size. Should that number be lower than the number of days until a plot important deadline, you'll be unable to enter the dungeon. Not all dungeons are available right off the bat. To unlock them, you'll need to complete the preceding dungeons in a given region. So, we've got a calendar. Every year consists of 9 months, each composed of 4 weeks, which are 7 days. You might notice that Rashatil is a big place. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 19 nodes, let's call them. Only one we can go to right now is the Unassuming Glade. Nothing exciting ever happens here, really. Let's head on in. We have 3 days of exploration. Every dungeon contains 3 kinds of nodes. Combat nodes that involve battling with the region's unfriendly denizens. Any party members defeated during battle will be rendered unavailable until you visit a camp node or leave the dungeon. Adventure nodes, you can engage your party in short choose-your-own-adventure style text quests, some of them granting rewards and branching out into follow-up quests. And camp nodes, small free roam zones where you can gain bonus personal bond units with your party members, revive KO'd combatants, and save your game mid-dungeon. They're also the only nodes you can visit multiple times in a single dungeon run. Keep in mind that locked nodes can't be accessed until you've cleared the neighboring nodes. So, let's enter this combat node, a somewhat serene spot. Clearly, nothing can go wrong.
So what exactly are we doing here, Griffith?
Looking for the beast.
And why are we doing this?
To end its reign of terror and bring peace to the land.
And what are our chances of the supposed beast appearing?
Well, since we are in fact chatting casually in the middle of a seemingly lifeless forest, given the laws of narrative probability, I would say... It happens now! Get ready, young master! What the hell?
That our beast, Griffith?
No, there's no way.
You were saying?
On second thought.
Another ambush, this time by someone? Defeat the beast. She can do a lot of damage. And she has elemental resistance, which we don't have to worry about right now. A lot of movement. She can enrage, deals... Oh wow, it actually says her name. Increase damage done by 5% whenever a combatant is defeated. She can empower herself and add fleet while doing damage equal to 15% of her current health to herself. Whirlwind is 160% of base damage as thunder damage to all targets in range and sunders for 1 turn. Leaps through the air, ignoring obstacles which don't block line of sight. Deals 60% base damage as physical damage to the targets adjacent to the landing zone. Alright. So yeah, there's the order. see down there. I thought that something different. Like, I didn't realize she went right there. So I'm gonna go for bang. And turn. And really. Dynamic entry. And end turn. Fever time. Wow, we're gonna perfect this. Yeah, I talked about authority points. Let's see. Oh, I can come up here and rend. And then pretty much win for free. Wow.
May your gods take you.
You got 25 XP.
The fabled beast appears to have slowed down.
She doesn't look like a bandit, or a beast for that matter. Why would she be terrorizing the locals?
I do not think we can expect civil reasoning from her, sire. I would suggest caution in your attempts to communicate.
You win.
You speak!
There are no words between predator and prey, yes? In defeat, our roles are reversed. If words are shared, it shall be so, by your choosing.
What?
Are you the beast that stalks Rashtil?
Rashtil? Such a name is unknown to me. You speak of names that impose boundaries, but these are not mine. We share a sky, but the boundary is not mine. The mark is not mine. The territory is not mine.
I understood nothing.
Neither did I.
Hacks, tribes, kin, rights. The Kelra way, our way, my way. To overcome enemies, we become beasts in spirit.
I guess that explains the outburst. Sort of.
There is strength in such bonds, as in all bonds born out of respect. We take only what is given and never force our way.
I still cannot make heads or tails of what you're saying.
The beast chooses the man, and the man accepts the beast. But it is a process, not an act. Something to claw and strive for. For many days and many nights, many moons that come and go. But the exact count is meaningless. One cannot return without finding the right beast.
So unless I'm getting utterly confounded here, you're saying you are searching for your beast.
Yes,
And this search brought you here.
just so.
I have never heard about this tribe of yours, these Kelra.
The turtle and the eagle both share a sky. But though the turtle wonders about the clouds, he will never take flight, yes?
Huh?
It is a color unknown to your kind, much as yours is unknown to mine.
Is she really the same girl who just tried to rip our throats out? But anyway, what does all of this mean? I am sorry, but I can't allow you to run around the woods anymore. I am a lord of sorts, of these lands, and I could really use some popular support. You aren't helping, you know. You need to leave.
Then we are at odds. But as the victor, you are within rights to request so. If that is your will.
What would happen if you were to abandon your right and go back home?
My siblings would devour me whole.
Figuratively speaking?
No.
Young master?
I know what you're about to ask me, Griffith, and I'm not sure I'll like it.
Come now. We all follow our oaths. And hers seems to be of great import. To her, at the very least.
Well, we're in the middle of something ourselves, remember? You're asking me to put her own good above ours.
No. I am asking you to be the man your father thought you would always be.
Which is...
The better man. Sire.
Damn you, Griffith. What if we made a deal?
The predator does not barter with prey.
He does not want you to be his prey. He wants you to be his partner.
Careful with that phrasing there, Griffith.
Your lion speaks, yet confuses. Elaborate.
Lion?
I mean...
Come with us. We'll give you shelter and resources, and hopefully, it'll help you find your beast.
A cage of wood and stone yields no answers.
That may be so, but you won't have to stay in one. As a member of my retinue, I expect people to honor your special outdoor privileges. And, small eccentricities. Emphasis on small.
No doubt you would price this favor in my strength, yes? What for?
You heard it yourself. We need all the hands we can get to rebuild the city. I am sure Master K would be very pleased with such a capable warrior as yourself.
I see. Then the boon is granted, and so I will join your pack. I shall follow the duckling and the lion so that together we may fulfill our oaths.
Duckling? Really? Why do I get a duckling while you get to be a lion?
I have absolutely no idea.
Now, the girls. I have a feeling this will take a long while to explain to Gwen.
In a surprising turn of events, the Beast of Rashatil turns out to be a ferocious young woman named Signy. After a confusing attempt to communicate, Signy agrees to aid Kay in exchange for help with her trials, or rather, her search for a totemic animal. With the matter of the beast resolved, it's time to report back to the grandfather. So we've got a camp. Aside from your town, camp notes are the only place where you can save your game. Clicking on the floppy disk icon will enable you to access the save menu. While camp notes can be visited multiple times, you can only revive your KO'd members once per camp note, and not necessarily on your first visit. To do that, click on the bed icon. And we can talk to both Griffith and Signy here. You are aware of your fearsome reputation in these parts, I assume. My pilgrimage brought no harm upon your kin. A killer pursues revelation, not slaughter. Perhaps. I do not intend to question that. The fact remains, however, that some have already denounced you as a local menace. Some may even come after you. Let them come. It matters not. Theirs are but words, empty and without sting, like the buzz of a bumblebee. Let them come. You're with us now. We'll handle this together. Just so, there is strength and unity. The duckling is wise to acknowledge that.
May your totem guide you.
For now, let us continue our journey, yes? And new characters will fight at your side, so if we go down here... Oh yeah. Griffith has a 5% damage broadsword, and she starts with the Kilrock Claws, which are also 5% damage. And there are her different looks. It won't let me look at your skills, but her skills are the same. Well, she has the 3 skills, Pounce, Whirlwind, and Enrage. She also has Savage Roar, deals 30% of base damage as pure damage, and it applies Panic to one turn to all enemies in range, always hits. And her ultimate is Massacre, randomly targets up to 4 enemies in range, deals 70% of base damage as physical damage with each strike, strikes 4 times, may hit one target multiple times. Did we look at Griffith's ult? Deals 190% damage of base damage, or 190% of base damage as pure damage to a target enemy. Deals around 100, or deals additional 100% base damage as physical damage if the target is below 40% health. Applies weaken for 2 turns. The Master Stroke, the Finale, the Finisher. Alright. And we have found Signy, but so have they. You're about to exit the woods when suddenly Signy gestures at you to wait. Something's not right. What's wrong, Signy? Men around. The scent is clear. We're being followed. I don't see anyone. Before you can finish your sentence, with a timing so impeccable that it would border on comedic, a hatchet flies by your head, sinking its blade into the nearest tree trunk. Men of somewhat questionable looks emerge from the greenery, surrounding your small party. Their leader, a broad-shouldered brute with the charm of a burlap sack, proceeds to clap in obvious mockery. The man whistles and laughs, earning a low snarl from Signy. The famous Beast of Rashatil. Who would have guessed? For someone so fun-sized, you have a pretty hefty reputation. Well, it's a wonder you ain't a dragon. This is gonna end badly, isn't it? Yup, for you, not us. He chuckles and draws his weapon. Today we'll be swimming in bounty money. Get the girl. Round 1. Fight. Defeat all enemies. We have 2 challenges. Win the battle in 7 turns and defeat 2 enemies with a single ability. So, winning fights is not that difficult. However, completing challenges is pretty bloody tough, but it nets you extra XP and trinkets and equipment, and it's just... it is worth the effort it takes and the multiple attempts at fights that it takes. Plus, this is a relatively easy one. So we have a rogue mage who has Bakir's Baleful Bolt. 105% of base damage is ice damage to a target enemy in range. Damage increases by 30% but for each authority point available to the party. Bartosh's Brilliant Bridge switches location with the target enemy. Any large targets will receive 100% but base damage is physical damage instead. And he begins every combat with the parry passive. Ignores both damage and negative effects of the first skill to hit. Expires immediately after hit. So you're going to have to hit the Rogue Mage twice in 1 turn if you want to damage it. We also have, just 4 Bandit Ambushers. We have a little bit of physical resist. But they only have the Whack skill, which deals 100% damage as physical to a target enemy. And Dirty Fighting, 10% chance to apply stun to enemy for a turn. So... I want to get Griffith in there as fast as I can. I think this guy is going to come, like, over here or over here, and I'll be able to charge him. I also want Signy to be there, and then Kay is just going to be there helping a bit. Not every battle ends when you defeat your opponent. Some may have unique objectives to fulfill. Aside from objectives, battles often come with a separate list of optional challenges to complete. Completing challenges grants bonus experience points on victory and increases the chance of obtaining combat loot. Review ongoing objectives and challenges by clicking on the crown. And there are different options. You can read that if you want. So, Signy, I'm going to have you come up here and pounce to here, because then he can come up here. Yeah, I think this is going to work out. Now, Signy is really fun to play around with. You can just blitz and just pounce all over, but in this situation, I don't think it's going to help a lot. Actually, I'm lying. This is going to be extremely helpful. No line of sight. Friggin' lines of sight. I have no idea what they think they're doing right there. My intent with K is to lay down a inspiration banner.
Watch this.
And then move right next to it and end the turn.
Justice.
Yeah, that did not work out as I'd hoped.
A curious thing.
Ha ha. Lines are drawn. The orders are in. Let's see. I'm gonna whirlwind. And then I'm actually gonna run away over here. Because I want to weaken 2 of them so that I can kill them in a whirlwind or a pounce or really anything. A victim! Alright. Let's go ahead and shoot you.
At your side.
I hope that doesn't kill him.
Not on my watch.
Crap.
Well fought.
No, that won't do anything. I'm just gonna move you here. I'm not sure what you thought you'd accomplish there.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna be, like, completely honest with you. I'm gonna bank a lot on this massacre. Okay.
Please stand by while we assassinate you.
We're only on turn 3. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move and can you really not? Okay, that's slightly irritating. Okay, I'll mark you.
The time is now.
Let's see, 254. That's not gonna happen? So yeah, just go for a pinpoint strike. And move.
You play with your toys. I play with the you.
Yes, yes.
He's gonna parry is the problem here. So I'm going to enrage, blitz,
Ancestors, hear me.
and whirlwind. Yeah, that's definitely gonna get the kill. Ooh!
Slay.
Wow. A victim. And finish the job here. We obtained an iron bangle, which gives 150 shield, 17 components, 9 gemstones, and 600 DLC. So 130 XP total there. The battle is won and you're free to leave the forest. Without a doubt, your sisters will want to hear about the whole ordeal. You've cleared all of the available nodes in this dungeon. Meanwhile...
Another miss. Licked clean. Ram, why can't a man make a decent profit anymore? Not that I'm complaining. Maybe the castle would be more fruitful.
Hello.
Eh? Oh, hello. Hello. Mighty fine weather for a stroll. Am I right?
Yep. Are you here for a walk too?
No, not precisely. I am on a walk, yes, but it is a different kind of walk. A gilded walk of spreading joy and awe to all whom I may encounter. I am Haksun ibn al-Andoras, purveyor of goods most wondrous, wandering merchant supreme, and most certainly not one of those street peddlers who would shank you for a stray copper.
Oh, then you must have come to see my brother.
I'm afraid your meaning eludes me. But if you pardon me asking, what is a nice young lady like yourself doing in a place like this?
I live here.
You live here? As in, here?
I know. I'm sorry about the mess, but it's a recent thing. My brother just became the lord of that castle. See? Over there.
Oh, is that so? Well, things just got very, very interesting. Perhaps there is good money to be made here, after all. This is a most fortuitous development. I would be delighted to exchange goods with your brother. That is, with your permission, my fair lady.
But of course! I'm sure he'll be overjoyed to have you.
Ah, splendid! Well then, all that remains is a handshake to cement our joyous agreement. Am I right? Shall we?
I like the loading screen icon. Alright. Head back into Regalia. And go right into Castle Loren. And this is what happened.
Oh, joy.
Please don't make a habit out of collecting half-naked women in our castle. She needed our help. That, and she may yet turn out to be useful. Oh, here, this youngster speaks the truth. You shouldn't shun such occasions, dear boy. There are many more to come, and you'll need to make the best of it. What do you mean? As you've grown in prestige, powerful individuals may cling to your presence. It would be wise to include them in your inner circle. Temper their trust into an asset, and you will surpass every obstacle. No. Meh. Well, what now, grandfather? One way or another, you seem to have grasped the basics of what it means to be a ruler. The long journey, however, only begins. Cruci. Aye, him and more. This debt cannot be settled overnight. If he is to keep a tight leash on your kingdom, we need to entice him with a prospect. A prospect of growth. But fear not, after all, you have me. I can offer you guidance, you know, experience and the direction that comes with it. Set your goals, focus your attention. It's better to work towards something concrete, don't you think? I suppose you're right.
Your tasks will be?
Well, let's see. Your objectives for the next 2 months shall be... Chapter 1. Complete 5 or more kingdom quests by Songday, the 28th of Ascent, 1093 CC. 51 days. Objectives updated. Well, what are you waiting for? Get to it! Chop chop! You know how in Reciteer you have to make a certain amount of money every week? As the experienced ex-head of House Loren, the grandfather decides to aid Kay by focusing the young ruler's efforts. Receiving the first of many bi-monthly objective sets, Kay begins his struggle against debt and time. You've just received the complete list of tasks required to restore Regalia. These are collectively called Kingdom Quests. You can always check the status and required quotas of Kingdom Quests in the quest log under the tab menu. Completing Kingdom Quests represents the effort and growth needed to stave off the debt collector. Every 2 months, the debt collector will come and evaluate your progress. If you don't meet the required quotas, it's game over. In addition to kingdom quests, some chapters may issue a story quest. Completing these should take a priority above everything else, as neglecting to do so will fail the chapter regardless of the number of completed kingdom quests. This concludes our little series of walls of text. Remember, if something remains unclear, you can always review these tutorials by clicking on the question mark in the upper right corner of the screen. Good luck. Try not to screw up, will you? Alright, so the party has leveled up and we have access to perks. I am using loud and clear because I didn't even realize how important that was. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Iron Bangle onto Griffiths. No, I'm actually gonna throw that onto Signy because her whole gimmick is inflicting damage on herself to buff herself. Griffith is gonna go ahead and take damage and health, as is, well, I guess she'll take initiative and damage as kind of the berserker. Let's see here. We have some gemstones and components, which are used for buildings and crafting. Let's look at our kingdom quests, shall we? So, these are the goals that you're going to complete throughout the game. Gaining levels, crafting equipment, fishing, getting to know your inhabitants, clearing dungeons, and constructing and upgrading buildings. Basically, play the game. But we don't really have much else to talk about immediately. Well, actually, can we build anything right now? I don't think I have the material to build anything, let alone the money. You can build things. Not every building can be constructed right off the bat. For the option to be available, you need to find a corresponding dweller first. For example, constructing a smithy will require the presence of a blacksmith. So I can upgrade, say, the town square with some more components, and I'll be able to have another party member with me at once. Or upgrade the pier. Allows you to fish for goodies. Interact with the fishing spot after the upgrade to trigger a fishing day. Merchant's house. Unlocks Haksun the Merchant. Haksun sells crafting resources and buys many unneeded items you might have. So let's go ahead and build that for him. And then to upgrade the inn, you unlock their personal bond. It's a really specific thing. And then we're going to get a Mystic Tower. We're going to get a Pathfinder Study. We can upgrade the castle eventually. Or not. We can upgrade a Prospector. You can... There's a lot we can do. But we're going to have to get to that later. Lauren. Oh wow, there's actually a little bit of everything. Or a little bit of description, a little bit of everything. Alright, so next time on Let's Play Regalia of Men and Monarchs, I guess we just gotta pick a goal and work towards it. See you guys then.